अस्सलामुअलैकुम एवरीवन, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद है। दूसरा लैब में हाई स्कूल एसीसी फाउंडेशन लेवल का स्टूडेंट हूँ। आज हमें सीसेम का टास्क मिला है जिसमें हमने माया से कुछ सवाल पूछने कॉलोनी करनी है। तो हे माया, कैन यू रेडी फॉर गिव आंसर ऑफ माय क्वेश्चंस? हे माया,
Always ready. What have you got for me today?
what does the expression "shh" mean, and when do people usually use it?
You skipped the expression. Which one are we looking at this time?
How do you think humans developed a special sound like "shh" instead of using words to ask for silence?
That's a fascinating way to look at it. I think it happens because some things are just too urgent for a full sentence. When you need silence right now, she is like a shortcut. It mimics the actual sound of air stopping, which is way more intuitive than explaining the concept of quiet. Do you think humans just naturally gravitate toward those kinds of sounds for survival, or is it more about efficiency? Doing
How
what?
does
I'm
the
just curious about how your mind.
Now tell
Uh,
me,
I think
how
it's
does
just
the
how
sound "shh" help communicate without speaking?
it's all about. It works because it's an onomatopoeia, basically. The sound is the meaning. When you make that sound, you're physically creating a rush of air that sounds like a whisper. It doesn't require a shared language or a dictionary to understand because it's an imitation of the actual physical state of being quiet. It's less like a word and more like a signal. Do
Now,
you think that's why these kinds of sounds
now
can
tell
be
me,
understood by people who.
is "shh" understand in most cultures, or do different countries use different sounds for silence?
Let me look into that. It's such a great question because it makes you wonder if is a global standard, but it turns out the meaning of silence itself varies a lot. Places like Japan or China, silence is often a sign of respect or deep connection, whereas in the US, people tend to find it awkward or a sign that something is wrong. I'm curious, do you feel like silence is more of a tool for respect or a source of tension in your experience?
Yes, yes. Now you tell
I'll
me,
take that as a yes.
can using "shh" sometimes be considered rude? Why not? Maya, using "shh" sometime consider rude. Why not?
Oh, definitely. It really comes down to who you're talking to and how you do it. If you a friend in a movie theater, it's just a helpful nudge. But if you do it to a boss or a stranger in a formal setting, it can feel dismissive, almost like you're treating them like a child. It's that shift from a helpful signal to a power move that makes it rude. Do you think it's more about the sound itself or the relationship between the people?
Where do we most
Of course.
commonly hear "shh"? E.g., libraries, classrooms, theaters, hospitals. Please tell me.
Exactly. Those are the gold standard spots. In a classroom or a hospital, the is almost like a rule of the environment. People expect it because the goal is collective quiet.
Are these situations where staying quiet is more powerful than speaking? Give an example.
For sure. A perfect example would be a library. If you're in the middle of a deep study session and someone starts a loud phone call, a quick shh is the fastest way to remind them that they're in a shared space where focus is the priority. It's a way of saying, hey, let's respect the vibe here without having to start a whole conversation.
My next question is, do you think people today value silence as much as they did in past? Why or why not?
That's a tough one, but honestly, I think
Give me the answer.
I can tell.
Now, my next question is, are these situations where saying quiet is more powerful than speaking? Give an example.
You've got a real list going today. To your question about silence, I honestly think we value it less now. Between smartphones and constant notifications,
Okay, thanks for answer my questions and I talk in. Okay, goodbye.
you're so welcome. It was a blast helping you with your interview today. Good luck in your class, and I'll be right here whenever you're ready.